We lost a warrior tonight. Senator Kimberley Kitching was respected across the political spectrum, and her loss has come as an enormous shock. Michael, she made a big impact in a short period of time in Parliament.
Look, I am, like everybody else, completely shocked by the events of today, and I've got to put on the record my condolences to Andrew, his family and all her friends and colleagues. This is a shocking loss, particularly for the Labor Party and also for the nation. I mean, you know, at a time when our politicians are full of humbug and cant and insincerity all over the place, she was a straight shooter of the old tradition, the old right-wing Labor tradition. She wasn't afraid to stand up for Israel. She wasn't afraid to question, you know, China and all of the issues that, you know, the woke people would like us not to question. I think it's an enormous loss, and it's going to be very hard to fill that vacuum. And I'm very saddened to hear this news, very saddened.
Oh. Rita,
Teena, she was, it's seen by a lot of us as old school Labor, wasn't she? Those qualities Michael talked about, where she wasn't into the woke identity politics side of things. She was happy to take on her own and fight for Israel's right to exist, to fight for Australia to stand up against China and demand answers from that superpower. So the woman had courage, Teena.
She was a warrior, and Rita, she had integrity. She was authentic, and I appeared a number of times with her in Canberra during when Parliament sat, and we just really gelled. We had so much more in common than what we had apart, and if we had more politicians like this, Australia would be a better place. She's a huge loss of not just for Parliament but for the Labor Party. You cannot replace it. It's so sad, Rita. It's so tragic. And like the rest of the Sky family, we're all in shock. It's horrible.